How are we doing? We're back again. Last time I spoke about the relationship that changed, the relationship with myself that had changed. And once I'd started changing, something else happened, and that was how other people around me changed as well. Or perhaps my relationship with them changed. And I think that's something very few people talk about. We assume everybody's going to be pleased for you. When we decide to change ourselves, naturally you think everyone else is going to be happy. Lose the weight, stop drinking, exercise more, get calmer, feel healthier. Surely everybody celebrates that. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't, and I find that very interesting. The opinions start arriving. And one thing I did notice was once I'd changed, people suddenly had opinions. One thing I did notice once I had changed was people suddenly had opinions. People would say, a glass of red wine every night is actually good for you. Well, it's not. And you'd get others, you're exercising way too much. Why have you got to exercise every day? You're obsessed. I've even had people say to me, it's not right to talk openly about anxiety or depression or personal things. It's not right to talk about them and get them out. Now, those comments would have bothered me a couple of years ago. Now they don't. I look at them a little bit differently because I've realised one thing, and what I honestly believe is people aren't actually trying to be unkind. I think change makes other people uncomfortable. Not because they don't want the best for you, but because seeing someone change quietly makes you think, what about me? And I've probably done exactly that over the years. I've probably judged somebody exactly the same way without even realising it. I remember looking at people that were in the gym all the time training and saying, oh yeah, I've got this session tonight and I've got that session tonight. And you think, they're obsessed, aren't they? Christ. What the hell would you want to go to the gym every night? Now, I understand them. And that's the funny thing, is they probably haven't changed. My perception has. Now, I want to be really clear here. This isn't about judging anybody, okay? I'm not saying everyone should stop drinking. I'm not saying everyone needs to train 5 days a week. And I'm not saying everyone should share their struggles on YouTube. Because it isn't about becoming me. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And your version's not going to be the same as mine. And it shouldn't be. One thing nobody does prepare you for is that your role in other people's lives definitely changes. That role you play in other people's lives changes massively. Some relationships get really strong. They get a lot stronger. Some relationships drift away. And they drift apart naturally. Other people suddenly start asking you for advice, which is incredibly strange still to me. And I do get asked for advice, and I think, the hell can I give them advice? But I've lived it, I am living it, and I suppose that's the bottom line, really. I used to be the one who needed help. I still do. We all do. But I'm happy to give advice on things that I've learned along the way. And nobody tells you that changing your life quietly changes your relationship with everybody else all around you. But I've stopped worrying about whether everybody approves of the choices I've made and the choices I make. I don't worry about that anymore. The only question I'm really asking now is, am I becoming someone I can be proud of? Because if that answer is yes, then that's enough. Have you ever made a change in your life and discovered people around you aren't comfortable with it? It's surprising. Or has somebody supported you that you didn't think would? Had you read somebody wrong? Now they're one of the most supportive people in your life. I'd like to know, genuinely, because I think these conversations, I think there's something that we can all learn from each other, because nobody stops learning. Now, if this conversation resonated with you and you haven't seen the last video, which I talk about the one relationship that changed everything, then I'd encourage you to go and watch that. Because today's conversation only makes complete sense if you've watched that one. It kind of explains the foundations, I suppose, of stuff I've talked about today. So I'll see you over there. And until then, don't forget to look after yourself. And remember, we're not done yet.